The Operation Body Count Victims posters put human faces on the failed policies of our government, and perhaps worse. All legislative, judicial, and executive branch officers, both state and federal, are required to take an oath of office to protect and defend the Constitution. Article 4, Section 4 of the Constitution guarantees the states against invasion. Our government's prime duty is to protect the lives and the liberty of we the people. For our public servants to fail in this primary duty and to fail to uphold the rule of law is a breach of their oath of office, and it is tantamount to breaking the law. As Supreme Court Justice Brandeis said, if the government becomes a lawbreaker, it breeds contempt for the law, it invites every man to be a law upon himself, and it invites anarchy. Is it an exaggeration that this is a war? Our fellow citizens and future citizens are being killed by illegal aliens at a rate that is 8 to 10 times higher than American soldiers killed in Iraq and Afghanistan. After 3,000 of our fellow citizens were incinerated on September the 11th, 2001, we bombed 2 countries out of existence, and we paid over $1 trillion in the effort. Yet we refuse to pay even a fraction of that amount to secure our borders and ports. Every year since September 11th, every year, we have had the equivalent of 3 World Trade Center bombings, resulting in the death of over 90,000 Americans. Victims of illegal alien crime are not just statistics. They're American citizens and legal immigrants. But for the grace of God, it could be your father, your mother, your son, or your daughter. Let me introduce to you another father whose child is among the unnecessary body count of victims of illegal alien crime. Mr. Jamiel Jr. from Los Angeles, California.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, first of all, my son, he was murdered by an illegal alien in March of 2008. The illegal alien was released from the county jail one day. He was in jail for assault with a deadly weapon, battery on a peace officer, resisting arrest. He had 3 gun charges in a row. 3 gun charges in a row. He stabbed the kids in middle school, put the school on lockdown, and all that was happening. No one kept track of him. No one knew where he was going. He was doing so much crime that the district attorney feels that he has killed at least 3 or 4 people because of his callous, where he would just run up on people, shoot into houses and stuff like that. And that's why HR 3168 would help me and other people, because my son would be here right now. You know, I think it's important that we understand that, you know, we're the victims, you know, and sometimes I think that the government is protecting the criminals. You know, no one wants to keep the criminals in jail, early release. The guy who murdered my son, like I said, he had 3 gun charges in a row, and they only gave him 8 months in the county jail, then let him out 4 months early. And then the same day he got out, they were looking for someone black to kill, and he ran into my son. He just happened, my son was coming up from the mall. You can see right here, he was only in the 11th grade. He was MVP 3 years in a row. Player of the Year, All City. You know, the guy who murdered my son was a documented gangbanger in 18th Street. My son was a documented athlete. You know, he's in California. He's in the museum for the Amateur Athletic Foundation for All City. You know, he has awards. He has like about 35 trophies. He ran track. He was getting ready to go to the Olympics possibly if he could have qualified, but he's gonna have a chance for that. He played basketball, and everything was just stripped from us. At the same time, his mother was in Iraq. His mother got a phone call in Iraq. Your son is dead. And she's out in Iraq serving the country to protect them, and her son is laying dead in the street. The same street that I was raised on. My mom and dad bought the house in 1970, and he was 3 houses down. I just called him on the phone, asked him where he was. Hey, where are you? Hey, right around the corner, Dad. Be there in about 3 minutes. Play out, play out. I hear the gunshots. Oh my God! Don't tell me the boy just got shot. Go outside and look, and he's laying in the street. dead, already dead. Still had a cell phone in his hand. Bullet, all his blood all out in the streets, bullet hole in his head, and he didn't do nothing to nobody. He'd never been in trouble with the law, never been suspended from school. All he wanted to do was get what they're trying to get is the American dream. We are entitled to the American dream. We're Americans, you know. First things first, you know, Americans first. You know, we cannot, I tell people all the time, you know, you can't feel sorry for illegal aliens. I know they have their own plight and their own problems, but what about us? What about the Americans? You know, what about my kids, your kids, and every other kids, you know, all the pictures down there. I go to the rallies all the time, and it's just body count, like he was saying, just all the dead people. But people don't understand that there's a lot of murderers, you know, that are getting away with it. Only 1% ever even go to court. Hardly no one goes to jail. The guy that killed my son says he was in jail for 3 years ago. Haven't even been to trial yet. He hasn't been to trial. Almost 4 years. He has had 7 felonies in the county jail. He stabbed people. Someone gave him a razor blade. He made a knife out of that. Sliced up somebody's face, 41 stitches. They found a shank in his shoe twice. He incited riots. You know, he's in there, and the whole thing is that he wants out. He's telling everybody that, man, everybody's doing this. Everybody's killing Americans, you know. Why am I in jail? He is so upset that he's in prison and that all he does is just commit crimes in jail. And no one's protecting us. I have a 13-year-old son. What about him? You know, he's, I hate to say it, but if he's right there walking down the street and he sees a guy with shaved heads, or he starts running, you know, and it's sad. You know, it's sad that he's 13 and he's scared for his life. So my son's room is in the same condition it was in 3 years ago. You walk into the room and it's, you can tell someone died in there. You know, and it's not fair to us as American citizens that we have to fight for laws, you know, that should be automatic. What are we fighting for? Why are we out here fighting to get laws passed to protect us? Where are the politicians? You know, the politicians, they work for us, but they're not protecting us. You know, I just feel that this is our opportunity to stand up. Don't be afraid. People call me a racist. Oh, you're a racist. You know, how am I a racist? You know, because I'm pissed off. My son was murdered. I'm mad about that. I still don't even believe it happened. It's almost 4 years. It was March the 2nd, 2008. And in my mind, I still think I'm dreaming. I still think I'm going to wake up and, you know, everything's going to be all right. But it's not, you know. He deserved to go to college. He was getting recruited from Stanford, Rutgers, sent him letters. Schools all over the country was interested in him, and he was only in the 11th grade. He had 1 more year left, you know. And everything that they're fighting for, we are entitled to. And I say entitled because we are entitled to the American dream. You know, people say, oh, entitlements, but we are entitled, and we have to speak up for ourselves. We have to understand that we can't be afraid to be called a racist, you know. There's a guy on the internet that he's going to kill me. He was holding up a gun on the internet to say he wanted to kill me. I mean, for what? What did I do? I was just raising my son the best way I could, and it was stolen from us, you know. And we have to make these, like you say, put the feet to the fire. We have to make them accountable to us first. You know, Obama, all the Nancy Pelosi, Harry Reid, they don't, for some reason, they don't care about Americans anymore. It's like Americans don't count. We're just a tax base. You know, they want our money to fund the legal alien activity, and it needs to stop. So that's why I'm here, and I thank you for the time you give me.
Thank you all for coming. Call your congressmen, your senators, get them behind H.R. 3168, the Legal Alien Crime Reporting Act. Visit boyac.org, firecoalition.com, TeaPartyImmigrationCoalition.org before your face ends up on one of these posters. God bless America. God bless all of you.